I'm Shahla Namak, Wake Forest family physician, Wake Forest Family Community Medicine. I got involved in 2008. I got actually invited by Dr. Maj Owen. Well, I think what makes me happy is making a difference. And Kybele is offering me offering me like the chance really to be able to do that. I'm from Iraq originally. I'm from Iraq, and I had graduated from med school there, and I was a resident in obstetrics and gynecology. And then we had the Iran-Iraq war for 10 years, with the sanctions. And then part of it when I was like a resident. And then we had the Gulf War, the first the Desert Storm. And I was there, and we had nothing really. It's a war. So I had patients who, were in a lot of need. I didn't have lights to deliver mothers, like we delivered on candlelights. I stitch wounds with candlelights. So that's my background. I got really lucky. One of the family friends that we know, we got engaged, and that's really how I came to the United States. He was a resident here. And then I started, my life as a physician after taking all the tests I need. And I became a physician, and I worked in Wake Forest University. And that's when I met with Dr. Maj Owen, and that's where the connection came in. And me coming from a third world country myself, I understand the needs. That is where I'm going. At least the needs that I think we kind of all share in low-income countries. For example, when I went to Armenia, you get to observe and you get to see the way, and then you kind of, in a gentle way, maybe tell them about something different that they can add. For example, adding the uterine massage after delivery in the third stage of labor. And because of their trust with Kybele and Kybele volunteers, that kind of, they took it. They said, okay, we'll do it. And then the next year I go, and they're like, we have more than 50% decrease in postpartum hemorrhage in a small hospital which doesn't even have a blood bank. And that year they didn't even need to give any mother a blood transfusion. So that was a big deal. And that would charge me. I'm like, oh my God, that is great. It was just a simple observation in the right time, So, and then that builds up to other things, like let's tell us more, teach us more. So it opens more doors for teaching and education and changing the system. A couple of things that we've done in Armenia, for example, is national guidelines for the anesthesiologists to use for pregnant women when they're in labor. And that's big, that's really big, because coming from a country like that, we don't have national guidelines. US, we're all over guidelines and all that. They don't have that. They don't have resources for that. But to come in and help them within their own environment to develop that in their own, it's really great. So we're not only coming in and telling them what to do, we're helping them really grow and come up with the guidelines that fits them, which is also safe for mothers, safe from patient standpoint. I think when you join Kybele, you kind of have a sense where you're going, especially in the education role. I felt a need, and I was the one to fill that need. And that when it became like I'm not just a volunteer, I can lead something here. When you see the results and you see the feedback from them, that makes you really charged, and you know that you're doing the right thing. And that fulfills me.